Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and last night was another amazing episode of The Masked Dancer, and there's so many things we need to talk about, because besides The Masked Dancer, a lot of news about Nick Cannon, and so we'll talk about that. We'll go through the clues and something wacky about the pitch correct audio. Anyway, before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So last night we got to see the top 5 perform for the final 4 spots for next week's episode. And that was the Tulip, the Sloth, the Cotton Candy, the Zebra, and the Exotic Bird. They battled it out. Only one was sent home, and it was the Exotic Bird. And we were correct with it being Jordan Sparks. That's right, Jordan Sparks. Welcome to The Masked Dancer. Now you get a golden X on you. Funny thing is, we got our order right again, guys. And we're kind of still sticking to this. You know, I mean, spoilers for next week. We still think that the Zebra is going home. So stay with us on that one. Now, we did have a guest judge last night. It was Mayim Bialik. You know her from Call Me Kat and from The Big Bang Theory. She was quite funny last night, especially kind of riffing off of her and Paula. And her guesses weren't awful, so she's welcome back on, right guys? Sometimes she's welcome back on. Before we dive into last night's episode, we have to talk about the biggest trending thing right now, and that would be Nick Cannon. That's right, last night, an hour before The Masked Dancer was supposed to kick off, we had the horrible news that Nick Cannon was diagnosed with COVID-19. Now, it kind of going with the schedule makes a little sense, because if you remember, they were supposed to film on February 2nd, and for some random reason, that date disappeared. And there was another date for February 11th, and that date disappeared, leaving with only, 3 or 4 filming dates? And they were supposed to start today, February 4th, they were supposed to start today, and because Nick has COVID, he's not allowed on set. So they needed a guest host for at least this episode, and so they tapped Niecy Nash, who you guys know, and she's going to be guest hosting at least 1 or 2 episodes. They might have revolving guest hosts. We don't know yet. I mean, it's kind of weird not to have Nick Cannon in there, right? It's really strange, but just so you know, I didn't get a phone call. I'm not going out to Hollywood to film anything, though that would be cool. And Fox, look, here's the deal. You have another week. Nick's got to be quarantined for 10 to 14 days, right? So, I mean, fly me out there. I'll help you guys out. Come on, you got my information. We talked before. Anyway, let's dive into last night's episode. There was a few changes. Rapid Fire is no longer with us for this episode. I don't know why. I really liked it last week, so it was interesting that I brought back Word Up, but hey, it is what it is. Fox, bring back the Rapid Fire. I really did like that. Also, the clue packages were different. It was not the celebrity talking about themselves. Instead, it was their dance partners talking about their dance partner and giving clues about them. Interestingly enough, there really wasn't many clues. I guess maybe as we're going on, they're kind of like, they don't need that much. Don't give them too many clues. They probably know who it is by now. So when we get through the clues, there really isn't too much I can give you guys. And then on top of that, there is no pitch correct audio anymore. And the reason for that is, yes, there is the partner talking, and that is pitched up. But if their partner is a dancer and not someone in the public eye, there's no way to go ahead and match up that audio to anyone. You know, unless it's their husband or wife doing the talking, it doesn't really work out. So very, very few amount of clues, and the pitch correct audio doesn't exist for this week. So if you want to listen to any of the pitch correct audio we have from the past, we put up a new video, I want to say about a week ago. You can jump through this channel and find it on there. But for now, only the clues. So here we go. Let's dive into last night's episode, starting off with the Tulip, who is your guys' favorite. By the way, let me know in the comment section, who is your all-time favorite? And also, let me know, I mean, obviously I'm thinking that this might be the order for the top, but let me know what order you think these guys might end up in. So, Tulip's dance partner told us that she invited him over for the premiere of The Masked Dancer, which we know is not true. That actually is not possible, because you don't know who's under the mask until they're revealed, and because Actually, it actually could be plausible because they probably were revealed by the time that aired. Maybe, because you're not supposed to know who it is until they're revealed, and they're not supposed to be on set. I don't know. That's interesting. That is interesting. They have a secret handshake before they do each performance. He went on to say that dancing runs in Tulip's family. Visual clues included a purple star on an iced coffee cup, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and a potato chip bag. Her word of clue was achievements, and the judges' guesses were Haley Duff, Liza Cossey, and Jamie Lynn Spears. Now it's time for the Zebra. Zebra's dance partner told us that he's a champion in his own field. His muscles are like cinder blocks. That's what Julia says about me. No, she doesn't. He has zero fat on his body. And lastly, we learned that he has 2 countries counting on him and cheering him on. Visual clues included a yellow bag with a price of $19.92, $1,000 bill with a bumblebee on it, and then they drop it into like a charity bucket. And then the word of clue was author, so someone who wrote a book. The judges had guessed Barry Bonds, Oscar de la Hoya, which is our guest, by the way, and then Conor McGregor. Now it's time for the Sloth. The Sloth's dance partner tells us that he's very funny off stage and that she has seen him on tour, and he's also funny on tour. So someone who tours the country dancing around, sound like someone we know. We then see them on a tour bus, and on that tour bus, it's New York City going around, like the City Views kind of bus, which for those who don't know, in New York City, there's these red buses, sort of look like London buses because the top has no roof on it. And you can sit up there and they give you information about what you're seeing, and that's pretty much what they were on. Then she goes on to say that it's strange to be teaching him how to dance. Usually he's the leading man. And we learned that he speaks 3 different languages. His word of clue was rose. The judges' guesses were Jack Black. I have no idea where that came from. Hugh Jackman, who is a lot taller than what that is right now. I think so, right? I think he is a lot taller than that. And then Harry Shum Jr. And the last person to perform was the Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy's dance partner tells us that she goes for a 3-mile run every single night with the mask on just so that she can practice in it. This person really truly is a perfectionist. That's a lot of work to prepare just for dancing and having fun. I know, right? Visual clues included a gold watch with 3 p.m. on it, a sash that is red, white, and blue, and it says Ms. Perfection, and Cotton Candy as a superwoman holding up looks like a chocolate bar, and she's wearing a cape, so she's flying and with chocolate. I wonder what that even means, chocolate. Her word of clue was prayer, and the judges' guesses were Simone Biles, Hayden Panettiere, and Christy Yamaguchi. Now those are all the clues, and there was no pitch correct audio, which is kind of weird because I'm so used to say, hey, now it's time for the pitch correct audio. But if you want to go ahead and watch that video, it's like 2 or 3 videos ago, so you could check them out. And we also have reveal videos for everyone on this board except for Cotton Candy, which we'll hopefully either do tomorrow or the day after that. It kind of depends on what my schedule looks like. But thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.